All right, so now we're just going to do some classic algebra problems, take all these theorems, postulates, and just solve for x, find angle measures, a bunch of math. We're bashing some algebra and geometry together. It's going to be a really good time. All right, so using the picture on the right, solve all the problems, and then state the theorem or postulate used in each problem. So we have angle 5 and angle 7. So remember, I like to just emphasize, highlight whatever the two angles we're dealing with. It's going to help me determine the theorem or postulate I'm using. So right off the bat, I see that we have consecutive interior angles, and those are supplementary. Okay, so that's going to help me realize the equation I need to set up is going to be 2x plus 36 plus 4x plus 24 equals 180. And again, sometimes just solving up or setting up the equation is the hardest part, because you guys all took a whole year of algebra, and all we're going to do is combine like terms. I'm going to get 6x plus 60 equals 180. Remember, it's all on the left-hand side, so that's why it's combined like terms. Now, what I'm going to do is subtract 60 from both sides. How do I undo plus 60? I subtract it. I'm going to get 6x equals 120. Divide by 6. And x is going to be 20. Okay? Now, a hard skill to do, something we all like to forget every now and then, even me, is actually answer the question. All right? It said find the measure of angle 8. Well, all we did was find x. Well, we don't even know what angle 8 is. Why would it ask us to do that? All right, there's a couple ways to do it. I can plug in x for angle 7 and say, well, 7 and 8 form a linear pair, so they're supplementary, and I could go about that. Or I could say, well, hold up. I could say angle 5 is congruent to angle 8. So I'm going to say the measure of angle 8 equals the measure of angle 5, but measure of angle 5 equaled 2x plus 36. So to find 8, I'm just going to plug in 20 where angle 5 is. So I'm going to get 2 times 20 plus 36. I'm going to get 40 plus 36. I'm going to get 76 degrees. All right, that's it. That's mathematically legal. I found the value of x by setting up alternate interior angles. All right, remember, you could have done a linear pair with angle 7. It's just your preference. I think congruency is easier to deal with than supplementariness, but what do I know? All right, so let's cruise right along. Angle 1, angle 4. Well, let's emphasize it. I have angle 1 up here, angle 4 down here. All right, so they're alternate exterior angles, and they're congruent. That's going to help me say, well, all I got to do is say, well, 2x minus 8 equals 72. Add 8 to both sides. 2x equals 80. Divide both sides by 2. X equals 40. And that's it. It told me to find the value of x. I did. Let's see, what should we draw? Let's draw a red pumpkin. Have you guys ever seen a red pumpkin or a jack-o'-lantern? I haven't. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, now, next problem. The ratio of 6 to 8 is 4 to 5. Well, let's not worry about the ratio part. Let's just say, well, I got angle 6, I got angle 8. All right, again, what are they? They're on the same side of the transversal. They're on the interior, or the inside of the parallel line, so they're consecutive interior angles. So they're supplementary. All right, and it's saying, well, the ratio of 4 to 5, so 6 to 8 is 4 to 5, but that's not their actual angle measure. We don't know their actual angle measure. So when we don't know something in math, we like to say x. 4x to 5x. All right, so we can say, well, it's 4x to 5x. And if we do that, well, hopefully things start to fall in place. Because I can say, well, the ratio is 4 to 5. I can say, well, then 4x plus 5x should equal 180 because they're supplementary. Combine like terms, I'm going to get 9x equals 180. Divide both sides by 9, and x equals 20. Okay, that's cool. That's neat. And then it told me to find the measure of each angle. So the measure of angle 6 is going to be 4x. That's a weird looking 4, just deal with it. 4 times 20, or 80. That says 80, not 86. And then the measure of angle 8 is 5x. 5 times 20, or 100. That's it. That's the punchline. Cool, neat, wow. Okay. Let's see. Some more problems. We got 4 more problems. All right, 2 of them are challenge problems, but I love them. All right, find the missing variable. So we got some quirky pictures, little goofy, untraditional, but it's still good nonetheless. Why? Because we have to analyze information. We have to determine the relationship we have, and then apply the stuff we know about that relationship. So again, just emphasizing my given information, or excuse me, emphasizing my lines on my picture. I have x minus 50, consecutive interior angles. Those are supplementary. A lot of supplementary problems, a lot of consecutive interior angle problems. So we're getting really good at that. So I'm going to get x plus x minus 50 equals 180. Okay, so I'm going to get 2x minus 50 equals 180. Add 50 to both sides. I'm going to get 2x equals 230. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 2. And x equals 115. Neat. Okay, so that's that problem right there. Cool. Now I got this problem over here just chilling, staring at me. So we got 2 triangles. Again, we're going to see a lot of these pictures in the future. This problem, or a picture like this, we'll see in Unit 6 when we talk about triangle similarity. Oops, that's a bad line. This line is a much better one. So again, we're emphasizing my parallel lines, just extending them a little bit. Then we have this transversal right here. By doing so, I see I have this angle and this angle. Well, now it's clear to me that those are corresponding angles, and they are congruent. And again, if you're struggling to see, if I move the picture like this, maybe you can say, oh, I can clearly see that they're corresponding angles now. All right, sometimes when they're rotated, the picture's a little goofy, can be hard to tell. That's why we can just emphasize the lines, emphasize the angles. We can rotate it, make it more traditional. Nonetheless, since they're congruent, all I have to say is 3x minus 10 equals x plus 40 minus x from both sides. Add 10 to both sides. And bada bing, bada boom, x equals 25. All right, so cool. All right, ooh, now we got 2 challenge problems. All right, we're gonna knock out these challenge problems in this video. All right, so what do we got going on here? All right, now this is a challenge problem. We gotta use some geometry. We gotta use some intense thinking right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just, what the heck is going on? We don't even have a transversal. We just got these parallel lines. And then we got some zigzags. It almost looks like some kind of lightning bolt. We got to find the value of r. Truthfully, I don't know what to do. Actually, that's not the truth. I know what to do. But you're probably saying, I don't know how to find r. Again, if you want to try this problem on your own, pause the video. I know some of you can, but I know in years past it's been like 10% of the students can figure it out. If you want to try to be that 10%, pause it, try it on your own. If not, just follow along. Watch this. I'm going to create a transversal. All right. Now, again, there's multiple ways to do this problem. This is just the way I'm going to do it. We're going to call this x, and then between x and 130, we got consecutive interior angles. They're supplementary. So I know x is 50 degrees now. Okay, wow. Well, I need r. That's not r. I didn't find r yet. Well, let's look right here. Right here we have a linear pair. We have a linear pair, and they're supplementary. All right, so we'll call this, I'm going to be really creative and call this y. Y is going to be 84 degrees. So we have this linear pair right here. All right, and then something we haven't talked about too much, but I know you guys most likely know, done some stuff in the past, is triangles add up to 180 degrees. So r plus 50 plus 84 equals 180. R plus 134 equals 180. R equals 46. You guys can hear me use a calculator in the background. Sometimes when I make these videos, I get a little nervous. I don't want to make any silly mistakes, so I use a calculator. All right. I know I've made one mistake this year so far. That's not bad considering we're in the quarter 2. Okay? So again, challenge problem. Why was that a challenge problem? Really, it's just making the transversal. Once you made the transversal, then you can start to set up things that you know. I mean, you had consecutive interior angles. We knew x was 50. We can use linear pairs, so we knew y was 84. Then we know that triangles add up to 180, and r is 46. You might have did it a different way. Your way might have been better. It might have took a little bit longer, but nonetheless, challenge problem, and we found r. All right, and here is another challenge problem. All right, it says find the values of x and y. All right, so this is going to be intense on the algebra scale. All right, let's just, lordy, this looks scary. We got to solve for x and y. Well, I don't really know what to do, so let's just start listing things that I know. I know these two blue angles are corresponding angles, so they're going to be congruent. So I'm going to say 13y equals 20x plus 3y. Well, what else do I know? Let's do this. Let me try to think about the best way to. Let's keep it simple. Well, I don't think this is a challenge problem, so nothing to necessarily say simple. But these two is a linear pair, so 13y plus 8x plus y equals 180. Okay, so I solved that, or I set up that right there. So this is going to be a systems of equations. So let's solve for one of these variables, all right? This is equation 1. So I'm going to subtract 3y from both sides. I'm going to get 10y equals 20x. I'm going to divide both sides by 10. I'm going to get y equals 2x. Okay? Now I haven't done anything yet except solve for y. What I'm going to do is take this. Anywhere I see a y in this one, I'm going to plug in 2x. I'm going to substitute it in. All right, see how that all relates to other stuff we've learned? I'm going to get this equation right here. Ooh, this looks like a doozy. And then all I'm going to do is simplify 13 times 2x is 26x plus 8x plus 2x equals 180. Okay, then I'm going to get 36x because 26 plus 8 plus 2 is 36 equals 180. I'm going to divide both sides by 36, and I'm going to get x equals 5. All right? So again, this is a challenge problem. I had to set up 2 equations. I forgot to name this one equation 2. I had to solve for y in one of them. So not even solving for a number though. I said y equals 2x. Had to plug it in the other equation, do math simplification, and got x equals 5. So I found the value of that. Now from here, all I got to do is say, well, if x equals 5, I can plug it in right here and I get y equals 2 times 5, which is 10, and that's it. All right, challenge problem, a lot of algebra. Good review from last year. Now it's your turn to do some math on yourself. Make sure you knock out these Canvas problems and have a lot of fun. Have a good rest of your day.